Hello everybody and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are as always your hosts Arne and Carlos, and this is part 3 of our knit-along.
Well, it's actually the Arne and Carlos Quarantine Knitting Podcast, part 3, and the knit-along as well, Clue 3. So here we are, 3 days in quarantine. Oh my God, Arne, how are we going to cope?
I don't know. I'm feeling better today. The 2 first days I was a little bit off, but I think it's because we just came home from the cruise.
And I made I showed you what had happened overnight and made you very happy this morning.
That was really fun. We saw when Carlos showed me the Facebook page and all the pictures of people who have, or the projects that people have made.
Amazing.
And other projects. It was nice, and I normally don't do Facebook.
No, you don't like social media, do you? Yeah, no,
Not
I mean,
much.
we were thinking about how we were going to record these episodes. Now, the thing is, yesterday, if you saw yesterday's episode, we were sitting in wearing shirts, and it was a little bit darker, the atmosphere, and we had these 2 really stupid lamps that I think they're from IKEA or something.
They were warm.
And they were directly aimed at us, and they were just so hot. And this is because Eric is our film guy. He said that if we were going to record this in the evening, we needed lamps on each side of the computer. So we followed his advice. Yeah, we had.
It worked with lamps, but it's warm.
Yeah.
So now we do it during daytime.
Well, that's not the only reason. But then we realized this morning when we woke up that because the original idea to do it in the evening was we wanted to do it after the podcast, the first episode, so that we could get the feedback from people directly. But it turns out that because we are in Europe, and there's a lot of people in other time zones, it doesn't matter. There's still a long delay. So after the first episode, or even after the second episode, we don't actually see what goes on in the Facebook group and in the comments fields, because it does take some time. But after waking up in the mornings, that's when we see it. So it's easier for us now. We realize that if we wake up in the morning, we can comment in the morning. Yeah. And so this morning when I opened the Facebook group and I just saw all those amazing pictures of the first square and all the other things that people are sharing with me. I just had to show Arne. And you were very, very happy.
It was fun. I liked to see it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Maybe I will be addicted to Facebook now.
Maybe. But you need to keep those coming. Huh? Keep those photos of your progress coming. We love seeing them. And we do have a special half hour for you now, where we'll be, doing a little bit of everything, talking a little bit. And also today, there's going to be a little tutorial. So just stay tuned. But first, I just wanted to add that some people who may just started to watch this right now and don't know what the hell's going on. We are Arne and Carlos, and we are in quarantine in Norway. We're not in quarantine by choice. We are in quarantine because the government has put everybody who traveled abroad, outside of Norway or the Nordic countries, after February 27th in quarantine. And we were in the UK from February 27th to 29th. So we have to stay home for 2 weeks now. And we decided that we wanted to do this podcast daily and a knit-along to cheer people up. I mean, we're here in quarantine. We're very lucky. We're healthy. We feel well. And we're together. But we know that there's a lot of people who are isolated. They feel alone. And there are high-risk groups who potentially could really have a bad time, if not die, of the coronavirus. So we want to do something for you guys and at the same time keep our sanity. So it's kind of like a give and take. We do this for you, and by you being part of our community, you help us stay sane and you give us something meaningful to do. It's going well, isn't it, Arne?
It's cool. It's going well.
So if you haven't seen episodes 1 and 2, they're on our YouTube channel, and you could just go back and you can just start watching and then go to the blog and get the clues. They're all free. And I'm sure that you'll get into this knit-along very quickly if you haven't been part of it until now.
And doing this, my idea was that we should clean the studio and get rid of some of the yarns. Mm-hmm. But I can already now see that I don't think it will be so much less stash.
No.
Because first I was thinking, one ball in each color, like for one project. But I'm thinking now, like I have a lot of this one. Mm-hmm. I guess this yarn or color will pop up in other projects.
Yeah,
Just new
maybe,
combinations.
yes.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be very
At least
exciting.
I can use one ball in each color.
And I have to say, I mean, we talked about color yesterday, and I have to say that I love the fact that when I was looking at all the photographs, that everybody was choosing their own colors. So nobody's following our color
That's
choices.
a good thing with knitting, because people can actually choose their own colors.
Yeah.
And for this project, you can also choose any type of yarn, like thick, thin needles you can choose.
Yeah, I think we're confusing a lot of people with our rather easygoing attitude when it comes to this project, because we said take whatever yarn you have in DK weight, and then somebody was very concerned that they didn't have DK weight and they had fingering weight, and they were wondering if they could do it with double fingering weight. And of course the answer is yes. You can do whatever you want. There's no rules, there's no regulations, and we won't get upset either. If you don't have DK weight, just go for worsted
Use
weight.
what you have.
Or do double fingering weight if you like.
And if it doesn't work, you will see it. As soon as you start knitting, you see, oh, this yarn doesn't work together with the other yarn. Just unravel it and start over.
Yeah. You know, I have to say something right now, and I mean, I'm gonna do something that is supposedly a big no-no. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Well, you know when they say that you can't touch your face? You can't touch your face because of the virus. But I have
touched my face.
No, I'm not gonna touch your face, but I just have. Okay, there we go. I did it. Oops, and I have to do it here too. Sorry. Yep, there we go. I touched my face.
But like that's another problem with this. I'm itchy. That's another problem. Like when we started to hear about this, the first thing they said, you should not touch your eyes, or you shouldn't touch your face. I mean, I was itching all over.
I know.
I couldn't stop just thinking about it.
That's the same with me. That's what I say.
See, I'm itchy I'm itching. Like, as soon as someone tells you shouldn't
oh my
do
God,
it.
look at me now. Oh jeez, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay,
but
let's
we're
stop
washing
it.
our hands.
I just washed my hands before I sat down. Oh yeah, okay, here too. And then there was the whole fever thing when we were gonna get off that boat. You know,
oh my God,
we knew that they were gonna take our temperature, and we were, we had
and
to.
we were like, oh,
yeah,
we're going to stay in the boat for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, we had to disembark by decks, and when we were walking, I was like, I'm so hot, I'm so hot. I hope I don't have a fever. And I actually started sweating when they put that ding in my forehead. I was like, this is it.
I was boiling when we were. And some of the women said they had was it called hot flashes?
Yes.
It's like, some people were like, I don't think I can leave the boat because I have hot flashes. There will be some temperature on that thing. But
oh my God!
I think we all came out safely.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the coronavirus isolation syndrome kicking in right now when we start going a little cray and we start touching our faces just because people tell us not to. I'm very sorry
Should
that
we tell the joke we heard?
No.
Maybe that's bad.
No jokes.
No joke.
I mean, we
can do it later when it's over.
People have probably already laughed at us quite a lot, and. Yeah, no, you know what? You cannot take this. You have to take this seriously. There's a lot of people at risk right now, and I mean, we're doing this knit-along to try to boost everybody's morale and keep everybody in good spirits. So, of course, we do try to laugh and we try to think of this situation as funny in a way because we don't. Otherwise, we'd lose our sanity. But it is a very serious situation, and we're here in quarantine, not because we're afraid of catching the virus, because we're not.
There's no people around.
Well, no. But what I'm afraid of is to give it to somebody that would potentially die.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and you have to take your responsibility in a time like this, and you have to do what the authorities tell you. And here we are. I mean, our role, we found a role in all of this, and our role is to get the community together in a digital way and get everybody, joining hands digitally because we cannot touch people's hands right now, and just make sure to get through this in a good way. So yeah, let's not do the stupid corona jokes because...
but we're not having 2 meters distance.
No, but we are in it together.
Then we will be outside the camera.
Yeah, no.
But we're all together all the time.
We're together all the time, so we're okay. Fine. Anyway, so sorry for that. Sorry for going a little cray-cray, but what can you do? I mean, we're trying to pass the days now, and we're trying to get ourselves busy. So what are the big things that happened today? I mean, compared to yesterday, what are the big things that we did today?
We had a delivery. There was a box. Someone called you.
Oh, yeah. I got a call from DHL. And suddenly the DHL truck was outside our door. And what happened, Arne? Because you were the one that...
There was a box with yarn on the front part.
Yeah, usually they'll...
we need more yarn.
Yeah, usually they tell us to sign the thing, there's like a computer thing, and they make you sign it with your finger.
Not this time.
No, they just dumped the thing and they drove away. So.
They wrote, I think she wrote like...
No, she called.
Yeah, but it was like, she said like delivered in the post instead of delivered by... So everything is delivered in the post.
Yeah.
Even if it's on the front.
Well, she told me by phone that she was doing she was marking it as being handed to the post office instead of us signing for it because we were not supposed to touch the
strange times
the machine. But then I told her that we're in quarantine, so we can't touch you anyway. So she just dumped the package and drove away as fast as she could, I guess.
And we got some really nice yarn.
Yeah, so we had ordered these samples and we forgot completely about them. And they came with DHL yesterday and it was so great.
But I'm telling you now, we're not going to use that yarn for this project.
Why not? It's DK weight.
But I want to save it and do samples.
It's nice and squishy.
It's so nice.
It's so nice and squishy.
Don't put it in your face.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I did it again. Anyway, yeah, great yarns coming in with DHL. Thank you, DHL. You're doing a marvelous job in keeping us and many other knitters busy and entertained. And ordering online from your local yarn stores is a great way to support local businesses when they need it the most. And I read a great comment speaking about supporting local businesses. You know what I read? I'm sorry. I would love to give the person who wrote it credit. I read the comment. I thought it was amazing. I replied. Then I forgot about it. And now that I've been looking for it in all our different groups, the Facebook group, our YouTube channel, I can't find the comment. But it was such a great tip. So right now, you need to support your local businesses because they are struggling and they might go down. And a great way to do it is buying a gift card. You can buy a gift card for yourself, or you can buy a gift card for someone you want to give it to. You could buy all your Christmas presents now. You could buy them as gift cards. If you don't need any yarn right now, why not buy a gift card or two anyway?
And I think you can buy me a gift card.
I'll buy you a gift card for books, yes.
From the local bookshop.
I will do that. Because the thing with gift cards is they're easy to send in the mail. And once you buy the gift card, you're actually giving your local business some cash flow. Because a lot of people will be having, or a lot of businesses will be having cash flow problems. So buying a gift card or 10 will really help these little businesses survive. And then you can go in and redeem the value of your gift cards whenever you can go back to the stores. I thought that was a wonderful idea. What do you think?
It's a good idea.
Yeah. So any books that you need?
Oh, yeah. I always need books.
Great. I'm going to get you a gift card tomorrow.
I have to check the catalogs on the internet.
I'm totally giving you a gift
card. I had some really exciting happening to me today. I haven't told you.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to go and throw away the garbage, and there were 2 cars parked next to our post box or the garbage can, and I couldn't go, so I was like looking around, waiting for that car to leave.
Oh wow! You've been busy today. Very entertaining.
I've been busy. I'm like running out and in from the house looking and. Finally, the car left and I could go to the garbage.
Ah, cool.
So that's like the highlight.
Yeah, you know what?
The other highlight.
And my highlight today was when we were going to sit down and I said to Arne, let's make this exciting. Let's change seats. So yesterday I was sitting where Arne is sitting and Arne was sitting here. But now we've changed it up to keep it all very exciting and interesting.
And we're also today we're going to make some magic because people ask how do you actually make those patterns that we knit. So we're going to make magic. We're going to switch from this picture to the telephone picture because we're going to put the telephone up.
Yeah, so today we've got a tutorial for you guys, and the reason is because now that we've been reading a lot of comments, so people do need a little bit of guidance from us. They were wondering about the yarns. There were people saying, oh, but you didn't write if it was a cotton yarn, a wool yarn, or whatever yarn. And again, we cannot stress this many times enough. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever you want to use as yarn, do it. Use cotton if you want, use wool if you want, use alpaca. We're not making any rules here. All you need to do is knit the little patches that we design, and then we'll tell you what to do with them at some point because it's a mystery, so we're not going to tell you now. And in any case, there's no rules. Do whatever you want. But there have been questions. People feel insecure. We've got new beginners that are, brave enough to attempt to try this, and we just say kudos. And we're so happy that if you've never done this before and you want to do it, and that you're throwing yourself right into this. And there's a very important quote that we want to give all of you people who are afraid to do this because you think you'll fail. Pippi Longstocking, Arne, has a great quote.
Yeah, she said, I've never done it before, so I think I can do it.
Yes.
Or something like that.
She is optimistic, and she says,
good.
I've never tried that before, and I think that I'm going to be able to do it perfectly. So use that attitude instead. Throw yourself into it and just do it. And I'm sure that you will be successful. And if not, I'm so impressed with everybody in our Facebook group who is responding and being active. We can't be there all the time. We do try to answer whenever we can. But I am so grateful that people are stepping in and answering for us. So if you feel that you have the answer to somebody's question, please feel free to reply a comment. You're doing us a massive favor by doing that.
But
so
we should we now?
Yeah, because anyway,
some magic.
Yeah, we're gonna show the people who are wondering exactly how to knit this. We're gonna show them how to do it, and Eric is gonna help us. He's not here. We usually have a 2-camera production with fancy lamps, but we're gonna try to do this.
Now we do like.
Okay, so let's start just by explaining it very basically for those of you who have never done this before. This is kind of like a swatch. Yeah. And what you're doing is you are casting on the number of stitches, and then you're knitting one row with the pattern, and then you're purling back on the next row the same pattern, well, following the chart, of course. Yeah. And so one row is alternated knit and the other purl, knit, purl, and so on. Yeah. Arne, let's show them
so let's
a
show
couple of
this
rows.
One. Like on this one now I had 2 needles with no pattern. That means I left the yarn on this side,
Mm-hmm.
and I knitted with the green over and I purled back.
Yeah.
Or the opposite. I purled over and I knitted back.
Yeah, there you go.
And then when I come back here now, it's time to do color work again. And then I bring the yarn, the red yarn up. So the way we like to do it is that we knit the first stitch with both yarns.
Yep.
Because this way you get the yarn for the color work up, or for the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do color work from the purl side, you have to keep the one you're not using on the purl side towards you. And for this one there is 4. That means since I already knitted the red with the first, I don't have to carry yarn.
Oh, that's very
because
clever.
it's stuck in the first one.
That's perfect.
So this way it's easier to make it make the color work nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's supposed to be 1 red and one green.
Okay.
All the way out until there's 4 stitches left. So the first one is red, so I bring the red over to my finger, put the green back, and purl a red one.
Okay, that's great.
Now I have to change. So now the green goes on the finger, the red go towards me on the back side, and you purl.
Now some people will probably argue with you that this is not green. I think maybe we could call it some kind of a green-blue or maybe a teal, something like that. What do you think?
Well, I think people can call it whatever they want.
Yeah, I agree.
Because other people, they might use another color, but what I call it green, and it's the base color.
Yeah, and some people may be colorblind. So
maybe
they may
I'm
not even see it.
colorblind.
No, it's kind of like a blue-green-ish thing. But I think it's teal or maybe petroleum or something like that.
Maybe. But I think we have other things to worry about these days.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Instead of having the correct color on the yarn.
Yeah, no, I'm just mentioning some people might
I know,
object.
there's always someone. They will say, no, it's not blue, it's no green, it's blue. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
well, doesn't matter.
But anyway, this is how we do it. The one you use goes on the finger, and you purl from the finger.
And the other one, you move it kind of
The
out
other
of
one
the
is
way.
now on the back.
Yeah.
So now I need the green. That one goes to the finger. The red go towards you. And again, you purl from the finger. If you think like you want to really see how we purl, you can actually, if you think it's too quick, you can
Slow down the machinery.
slow down the machinery. We
Yeah.
also have videos where we explain how we purl the Norwegian way.
Yeah. We've
So this is how
absolutely.
you do the purl side. So let me finish the purl side very quick.
Yeah, we've done tons of videos on knitting school, so you can learn how to knit and purl the Norwegian way if you like, just by going to our, well, you probably are already in this YouTube channel of ours, because we're only publishing the quarantine knit along here on our YouTube channel, but you can search and you'll find a lot of videos that show the knitting and purling. And I also want to make you aware of the settings wheel that is on your screen. It's a wheel with teeth on it. If you click on that wheel, you can slow down the video if you think it's going too fast right now. So
See now I have 4 stitches left on the needle, and there should be 4 of the base color.
okay.
So now the red goes to the back. Then I purl 1, 2, 3. I like to bring the other color, the red one, with me, so I purl the last one with both colors.
Perfect. Looks
And
excellent.
Now when I go back, I knit from the
Yeah, so you turn
knit side.
You basically turn the work around
Yeah.
to the knit side, and now you're gonna knit as you would usually.
Yeah, and on this one now, I have only 3 green on this side and 3 green on that side, and then the rest is red. Then I will bring the yarn over to this side, even if it's just 3 in the
Okay.
beginning and 3 in the end. I bring the green with me
Okay, let's do that.
instead of cutting the yarn. Then when I start, I knit the first stitch with the main color, the background color, like this. And of course I needed to split it, so I take it out. So this way the red is stuck at the edge, which I think is it's easier to have a nice tension this way. Now I take and knit the 2 more
Okay.
like this, and then I start with the red. And as we said in many videos before, we prefer to have not more than 3
So you twist them together.
in between colors. And on this this needle, there's a lot of red. So now, take an eye on the yarn and see how it tangles. I twist it like this 1 time
Okay.
and put the red back on the finger.
And now you knit red. Okay, 3
and I knit
stitches.
3 red more.
And you repeat again.
And then I keep an eye on the yarn. Maybe I should go the other way now, or it depends on how tangled it is.
Yeah.
And always 3.
That was a tip somebody had. So how do you avoid the yarns to tangle? That's a great tip. If you if you're carrying your yarn 3 floats and you twist it one way, then twist it the opposite
and
way.
yeah, to unravel.
Yeah, and then it unravels by
And
itself.
then if someone tells you the yarn should always go one way, don't listen, because that's not written anywhere.
No, tell them that it's not set in stone and ARNE and CARLOS don't do it, and so you don't do it
And then
if you don't.
then you will have a problem. Then it will be tangled more than this one.
Yeah.
So let me finish this one. That was 3. And 1, 2, and 3. And there is 1 more. And look at the yarn now, the float. I think it looks quite good. You can pull it a little bit so don't lose, to make it too loose. 1 more. Ta-da! Right. No, two more, sorry. Two more, there. And then the 3 last stitches, you go up with the green again. 1, 2, and then I knit the last with both. So you will have double stitches on both.
And
on
a
this
nice
side.
neat edge on the
Yes.
side. That's perfect.
And then you do this line again, almost the same, back, like this. So this is how we do color work when we knit back and forth. And remember, it's you can try, if you don't like it, don't do it. But it's we like to knit the last stitch with both colors, and then when we go back, we knit with only one color, the main color, and no more than 3 stitches before you catch the float.
Perfect. I think
Perfect mundo.
we got it.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're back.
And that's how you do it, friends. That's how you do.
That was easy.
That's how you do the patch, and
Yeah.
that's how you do a great editing
And we're still in the
piece.
same seat.
We are, yeah.
And the pattern of the day.
Yeah, we have to launch the pattern or the clue, today's
It's-
clue.
This one. How do we hold it again?
Yeah.
It's coming. It's this one.
And what are we calling today's clue, Arne?
We are calling it rose hip.
Rose hip.
See,
Inspired.
there's 4 rose hips. Here.
Yes, and they're inspired by the roses in our garden. We have quite a few roses. We have them in all different colors, but some of our favorite roses are very, very pink. And then when they bloom, when they finish blooming, you get those big rose hips that you can actually harvest, and you can make jams out of it. For
Which
example,
actually we should do.
And
Because
we
we
never
never do it, and we have so many of them. And you know, like in the old days, like in the 70s, we picked them and we put them on a thin thread, and you hang them up
Oh,
in
that's
the
nice.
attic. That's a new YouTube tutorial.
Oh, that's a great
How
YouTube
to-
tutorial.
Well, at least it looks nice on the picture. I guess everybody knows how to put the sewing thread.
Yeah, that should be easy.
And there's another thing which is so amazing.
Sorry, I touched my face.
Look
Oh, yeah,
at you.
yeah.
Carlos is matching the pattern.
Yeah, I decided to match the pattern today, the rose hip
No,
design.
it's not decided. It's all
Random?
random.
Okay.
You
It's
never
random.
try to match anything.
Well, I
You-
did today.
It comes by itself.
And it's very nice.
Yeah, and you can actually, if you have a sweater with no patterns, maybe you could use them this way.
Yeah.
Put them on a sweater like a patch.
Mhm. So anyway, rose hip is today's clue, inspired by the roses in our garden. And use the colors of your choice. Remember, if you want to do it in a fingering weight instead of decade, you can do it double. Use worsted if you want. Split the yarn if you
Use
want.
anything.
Use whatever you want. Use whatever colors you want. It's going to
Any
be
quality.
and any quality, yeah, and it's going to be fabulous because you're still choosing the colors yourself. You're still choosing the yarn yourself. We're not telling you what to do. You're doing this on your own, but together with us, which is what we love. We are so grateful that so many people are doing this, and we are very, very pleased with the support that we get from everybody and the love as well. So thank you so much for sending us all that love, and we want to send you our love back to you. It's been amazing 3 days. I don't know how it's gonna be. We still have quite a few days
Yeah.
to go, and then I think I think that we'll leave the funny faces and the bad jokes for
Later.
day
I
12
want to
and
do
13.
put the camera close, no, the face close to the camera. I've seen some videos where people are talking up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But let's do that when we have nothing to do.
Later.
So far, so good. We're coping very well with the.
If there's
with our
nothing to
quarantine.
talk about one day, we can do jokes.
hmm
And now you can say the most important.
Oh yeah, the video has now come to an end with the clue already. I just want to emphasize, if you are just tuning in and don't know what we're doing, we are doing a quarantine podcast daily from Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. Central European Time. And we are also doing a knit-along, a mystery knit-along every day from Monday to Friday. You get a new clue in connection with our podcast. This is going to be a fun project, and together we're going to get through this horrible crisis. So the whole point of our Knit-along is just to have a beautiful knitting community, supporting each other, being kind to each other, and, with hope that the situation will pass and that things will go back to normal again. So if you haven't been watching, you have time to catch up because it's only the 3rd episode. And you can go to arnecarlos.com/blog where you can see the other episodes and also download the other 2 clues that everybody's knitting. Can't wait to see people's clues on Facebook. So go ahead and post whatever you want, the progress. And now I'm going to let Arne do the rest because I've been talking too much again. The formalities.
But I never remember those. Oh, well, I remember, like, if you like the video, put your thumbs up. If you don't like it, down. And remember to put on your notifications, because...
Your naughty what?
Notifications.
You said remember to put on your notifications.
Your notifications. Well, you say it.
Remember to put on your notifications.
Notifications.
So that you never miss an episode.
Yeah. You get a pling.
Yeah.
You get something when it's new, like there's the news.
And did you say anything about the subscribing?
And remember to subscribe if you want to.
Yeah. And the best way to stay in touch with us, well, right now the best way to stay in touch with us is by tuning in on a daily basis for our podcast and also going to our Facebook group to see the interaction that we have.
Or you can be on our mailing list, because then you get news.
Yeah, that's the usual way to keep in touch with. But right now, because of the extraordinary circumstances, we are more available on social media and willing and happy to help you out with whatever we can through Facebook and through our comments fields here below. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Can't wait for the next clue, which is going to be coming up soon. So see you tomorrow, and enjoy the podcast. And remember to stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, and be kind to each other.
Bye.
Bye.
And no, this is hard.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.